Today we're going to talk about the Athlon Optics Ares BTR 4.5 to 27 MOA version. It's got a 50mm objective. It's got illuminated reticle. It's got 6 different settings with off positions in between each setting. Side focus, side parallax adjust. It's 25 minutes per rev. It does have a 0 stop. 25 minutes per rev on the elevation as well, and they go in both directions. It goes right and left. Weighs about 27.3 ounces, and it's right on the spec for that, if that what matters to you. It does to me, and it does have an MOA reticle. I box tested this scope on a Cooper Model 3820 VT. The current load I'm shooting is about a half-minute load. It's capable of more, but I wasn't going to tweak the load for the conditions just to do the box tests. And how I did that was I shot one shot at 100 yards, dialed up 20 minutes, shot 20 minutes to the right, shot down 20 minutes, shot, and then left 20 minutes and shot. Now I did that until I had 3 shots at each spot, and then went ahead and measured it. They were all right at the accuracy of the rifle, and they were right at 21 inches, which is 20 minutes at 100 yards. So I would consider it a success. I am far more worried about the mechanics of my scopes than glass, but I did go ahead and look at an optics chart with this glass. I spent quite a bit of time behind it, trying to pick apart any flaws in the glass. I thought the contrast was good, color rendition was good, the brightness of the scope was good at all powers. I couldn't see any chromatic aberrations. So I think for an $850 scope, the glass is on par, if not better, than what you're going to get in that price range. I thought the turrets are a little too soft. I would just like them to be a little harder to turn and a little more positive. I don't think you're going to accidentally get on the wrong click, but it could definitely be better. I did pull the turret off, wipe the grease off the O-ring, put it back, and it didn't make much of a difference. Just to see maybe what was the problem, I took the O-ring off, put it back together, and it's quite a bit better, but still not what I would consider acceptable. Maybe that's not important to you, just something to consider. Like I said, it's not going to get you lost on the wrong click, but it is pretty soft. Scopes that I would compare this to personally would be the Vortex PST Gen 2 and the Citron S3. Now, I think when I'm comparing this to a Gen 2 PST, the only thing that this has as a downfall against the Vortex would be the softness of the turrets. Other than that, I would consider them equal. They have the same features, pretty much the same weight. This one's a little bit lighter. Actually, I think about 5 ounces lighter, but the Vortex is about $300. So really what you've got to figure out is it worth $300 to have a little bit nicer turrets? And maybe you can even save yourself the $300 and get a little bit lighter scope. Now when I compare this to a Citron, it's got the illuminated reticle. It's got 0 stop that the Citron does not have, and it's got 25 minutes per rev versus the 15 on the Citron. And then the windage turret goes only one way on the Citron. Now there are accessories now for the Citron, so you can fix that, and there's been custom turret type tape for them that could remedy that situation as well. But it's just something you're going to have to consider out of the box. I personally am not going to keep it because of the turrets being too soft, but I'll go ahead and inlay some video of the box test. I'll go ahead and take this cap off, and we'll take a look at the 0 stop, and we'll go from there. Alright, here's the results of the box test on the Athlon. So I started down here after zeroing it in, clicked up 20 minutes, shot a shot right here, clicked to the right 20 minutes, shot a shot here, down 20 minutes, and shot a shot here, left 20 minutes, shot a shot here. And you can see from the groups, I did that till every group had 3 and then ended where I started, which gave 4. Just to show what the rifle will do, this was while I was sighting in the rifle to start the box test. So I fired a couple shots right here, I made some click adjustments, fired a group right here of 3, and then I did the box test, and I came back here and put these right here under a dime, just to show you what the rifle itself is capable of. I didn't do a very good job when I was clicking up and down and making sure everything was level, and I don't have a bubble level on the scope. So I would say, for me personally, the box test was within what I would consider acceptable for the box test, especially, like I said, since I didn't know exactly that I was going holding the rifle up when I went up 20 minutes and so forth. Alright, here we have the 0 stop. Very, very simple. What I recommend doing is, once you get the scope, get it mounted, and you're ready to go 0 the rifle, take this outer turret off, and then unscrew these screws right here. There's 3 of them, and you can just leave it loose, or you could even take it out, and then 0 with it loose or out, put this back on, go ahead and tighten it down, get the the rifle re-zeroed, and or get it zeroed, I guess, and then you put this back on here. Okay, so now the rifle's zeroed, you put this back on here, and you just push it down and turn it, and it'll hit this little screw right here. Okay, and when it hits that, just going in here with your Allen wrench and tighten these down. Okay, once you get them all tightened down, you're good. So how it works is, it will not let you turn it in the down direction, which is clockwise, but it will let you turn it counterclockwise. And once you get once you get 1 rev around, it'll be just high enough to clear that little screw, and it won't be an issue. You just keep turning up, and then, like I said, when you come back down, it will be zeroed or stopped at the 0. So I'm going to push this back down on here and tighten it down and show you kind of how it feels, or maybe how it sounds. So you can turn it up, but you can't go down past 0. Very simple, very easy to set. It's a lot more easy to set than the Vortex. I would say about on par with what the Night Force NXSs are, and we could talk about others for for a long time. But it's very simple to set. Like I said, takes a few minutes. And if it were me, I would just get that 0 stop out of the way while you're zeroing it, and then put it in and get it set up once it's zeroed. If you have any questions about that, leave them in the comments section, and I'll try to answer those. Alright, now that we've taken a look at the results of the box test, and we've taken a look at the 0 stop, let's do a real quick summary. For the price range, $850, this is a really good scope with pretty good feature set. 4.5 to 27, it's good. Zoom range, the illuminated reticle if that's important to you, offsettings in between each, a very simple to set 0 stop with 25 minutes per rev, the MOA reticle, which I It's one of my favorite reticles I've used. The first focal plane, I don't know how I feel about first versus second. I've used them both, and I really don't see a whole lot of difference, but that might be something that's important to you. Overall, a really good scope. So what you've got to decide is what features you want or are willing to do without, and then maybe where your budget is. But for $850, something that you need a zero stop illuminated reticle and a great reticle, this is probably going to be tough to beat. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel to see the new stuff I've got coming out, and leave any comments or questions. I'll try to get those answered as quickly as I can. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good day.